Hi guys, we're the Escbeat team, and today we're gonna react on the official running order of Eurovision 2021. Let's get started. Open up, write it down to the place in your heart where Eurovision will start. So finally, the EBU published the official running order of the two semifinals. We of course will start with the first semifinal. The running order will be as follows. Lithuania will open, and then Slovenia, Russia, Sweden, Australia, North Macedonia, Ireland, and the second half will be Cyprus, Norway, Croatia, Belgium, Israel, Romania, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, and Malta will be closing. Okay, let's share our thoughts about the running order. Um, First of all, of course, there are the two very, I think, interesting spots, and the most important one, the closer and the opener, right?
Yeah,
So to be honest, I think that I shared it with you. I even managed to guess the opener and the closer of that semi. I mean, it wasn't that difficult. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, Lithuania, it's definitely a song that you can open with, right? Agree?
Definitely. Great vibes, great performance, really get you into the vibes of dancing and great choice to open the show.
yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget the yellow outfit as well. I think it will definitely stick
It's
to
a
people's
standout.
minds and eyes. Yeah, I've read some comments that say that Lithuania will get hurt of being first, but I really not agree. I think even the opposite is the right thing.
True.
I mean, qualification isn't a question here. They will qualify for sure. And yeah, it's a good choice to open the show. And Malta closing the show didn't surprise me at all.
No,
Of course, there.
I
Yeah,
think the
Clarence.
Malta closing is going to be a benefit for them because it's the last song and it can be very memorable, so it can do well.
I think even if she were song number 2, she would qualify.
Yeah, but it's just
in that case,
it's just like the latest song you will remember. Oh, it's Malta. It's the big lady with powerful voice. And
yeah, that's right. And I already think that they're planning for something big in staging wisely.
Yeah.
Destiny voice is amazing, of course, no doubt. So yeah, it's a good choice. But now I just want to say something really sad. Putting Slovenia in the second slot, I mean, really hurt me. Hurt me, not Anna Soklic, hurt me. Yeah, because it's the amazing song. The most successful vocalist, I think, at least in the first half. Okay, I mean, come on, she's the best vocalist, and putting her after a so catchy song like Lithuania, of course, yeah, the styles are different, the genres are different, but it definitely can hurt her chances to qualify, which are already, I think, question. No, I mean, not for me because she's one of my winners this year. I already told you guys. But I'm really worried about the televoters, because televoters are really influenced by the running order, while jury aren't. And yeah, what do you think about the second slot for Slovenia?
I feel sorry about her being second, but I can see why. After Russia performs, if she will be rememberable, that's a worrying me because after the powerful Sweden and then Australia and North Macedonia, but I hope she will do well in the semi because there is a real bloodbath in so every song is very good and it's hard to predict who will qualify or not.
Yeah, I think in that case, it's all about Anna, right? Yeah. I'm sure she's gonna give a beautiful performance, but being after Lithuania is actually kind of good, even though it's a second spot, because everyone will be so excited from the Roop show, and no doubt the Roop are gonna burn the stage. And Anna, she won't let that fire go down. She's gonna nail it on stage. So it's kind of one after the other with another great song. So I'm sure, she can surprise. Don't be so sad for the second spot.
Have you noticed the pattern? The show will be opened by up-tempo song, and then it's the following the ballad or slow song, and then it's up-tempo again, and again.
Yeah, that's right. But I think that it's also a positive thing, as Nir has mentioned, because yeah, the Roop is wonderful, but it isn't that vocals that can take your breath out. It's more about show when it comes to the Roop. And Manisha as well, she's got a message. She's unique, but she isn't the best vocalist you have seen, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, Anna can, I don't know, maybe it's an advantage for her.
Crazy Russian girl, sing about women's empowerment.
Yeah, that's right. For Russia, I think it's not that good spot, but it isn't that bad. And because she has Sweden after her, and Sweden will definitely be a thing that people are gonna discuss and remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but spotting in a 4th place, like ranking 3rd, Sweden, that's surprising too.
Don't worry, they will get their wonderful spot in the final. I can promise you.
I'm not sure. This year, I'm not sure.
No, I'm not speaking about the score, but about the running order in the final. Yeah, it's not a masterpiece song. That's right. No. I think Montaigne got one of the best spots,
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. Because she's totally different from Sweden, right? A song is more uplifting. It starts like a ballad, and then it's definitely not a ballad. We've discussed before. K-pop, even 90s elements. And right after her, we have Vasil from North Macedonia, which is the Disney ballad of that semi. So she will definitely shine out between those two. Mm-hmm. Any thoughts about Australia, Nir?
Yeah, I think it's a good spot, for Australia. I don't know. I kind of like the whole running order in general. I really see the journey they're gonna.
I have some criticism, yeah.
Take us. No, it's actually, I couldn't do it better. If I need to do that running order myself, maybe I would change Malta to be like in the first half, but we know that the halves were like already known before. I don't know. I like the running order as it is. I can see the flow, and I think that's exactly the excitement the producer want us to see, like the whole journey.
Start with the bang and end with the bang.
And like with low peaks and high peaks, and beautiful. I really, really like it. And yeah, it's good for Australia too. I'm not sure how much it's good for Vasil, that coming right after. But
yeah, that's my next thing. I want to do a comparison if we can, please. I think that in the first half we have two ballads that are not in the same type but can be compared, and this is of course North Macedonia and Slovenia. Yeah, of course Sweden is kind of ballad as well, but it's different ballad because it's more
a tempo ballad. It's more a tempo ballad.
Yeah, that's right. Mid-tempo even.
Yeah.
And I think among those two, North Macedonia got a better spot. But yes, Vasil, although he's a wonderful vocalist, I have never doubted, I think. Being after Australia and before Ireland, I don't know, it can hurt him, can hurt his chances. About Ireland, of course, listen, because we have to remember that Belarus was included in the first half as well, but Belarus was disqualified. So basically, Ireland closes the first half, which is an honor, I think. It may be a hint about Leslie plans for staging, I think. We know that the one who will be behind the stage is the one who created the stage of Mons and Merlot. So yeah, I think the Ireland got a really nice spot.
Yeah. It's all about the staging.
It's all about the staging. Yeah, and about Leslie, although I really like her, she will have to be careful with accurate with the vocal, because if no, it really can be dangerous. And now we're gonna talk about
2018 memories.
Yeah, that's right.
Great song, terrible live.
Unfortunately, I agree. And Cyprus opens the second half. Isn't a surprise for me as well, because you've got to give something energetic, and it's definitely one of that songs in the second half. Yeah, of course, you've got Ukraine, Azerbaijan as well, but I think Cyprus is the right choice. And ironically, after the El Diablo, we've got the Fallen Angel. It's like a joke, but yeah, it actually happened. What do you think about that, row?
Said before, I think it's perfect. I think like every song in this running order got that deserved position. I really like the running order. And I have my playlist like in the same running order, and it's like it's flowing so good. And that's it. I just want to see the lives already.
Yeah, me too. But among those two, I think that Norway got the less good. I mean, Norway's slot isn't good. Isn't good for Norway. It's good for the flow, and yeah, because I don't know, Cyprus will be very energetic, and you have Croatia afterwards, which I'm not a big fan of, as you know, aka Team Nina. But I don't know. I'm afraid that it will be blown between those two ladies, and
I think the opposite. I think after Norway comes Croatia, that she's not that interesting, and right after coming Belgium, that they're really not interesting, and making like such a build up for Israel, which I'm like so happy.
Yeah, let's talk about Israel. I think the Israeli people like me love to complain, really, but Israel got one of the best slots that we can dream of. I mean, after that draw,
I don't remember when Israel was 12. We usually like 7, 6, right?
Second, second.
Second, yeah.
You remember Boaz Mauda, for example, was second.
Israel in the 12th spot. Wow, it's really, really, really good for Aiden.
Yeah, and she's surrounded by really different songs of her. I mean, Belgium, which for me it's a masterpiece, but yeah, a different song from Israel. Thereafter, we have Romania, which is actually one of the unique ballads of the second half, and yet it's a ballad, not up-tempo, mid-tempo song. A really interesting thing about, that trio of that sandwich actually of Croatia and then Belgium and then Israel. I don't know, it's a good one, but it looks like they cancel each other in a good way, of course, because, every song is just different from the other. Although I just want to say something which may be not unpopular, but I do think that the biggest competitor of Croatia in the semifinal is actually Israel, because they've got same style, but I think Israel's got the more whole package. Something is more, I don't know, modern.
It's more memorable than
more
Croatia.
catchy, more memorable.
I just think that Eden's personalities shine more than Albina.
Yeah, and to be honest, guys, Eden is better vocalist.
Yeah.
So as I started before, I think that Croatia will struggle to qualify, and that running order right now, I think that's just increase the chances of not qualifying. So Romania is the 13 after Israel, before Azerbaijan, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's a good spot as well, because it's a ballad and it's got a spot between two mid-tempo, up-tempo songs. But something that I want to discuss, if we can, of course, it's Azerbaijan and then Ukraine. Two up-tempo songs. What do you think about that, Karins?
Well, which is more up-tempo?
Yeah, that's right.
Which is more memorable? Ukraine, sadly.
Of course. 100%.
I think Ukraine, because Azerbaijan chorus is quite lazy. Only the Mama Mama Matahari. And I'm sure they're gonna give us a huge stage because it's Azerbaijan.
It's Azerbaijan.
Yeah, Azerbaijan is phenomenon for wonderful stages along the years. Really, really, really. But Ukraine is a bop, right?
Yeah.
It's the party that everyone is waiting for. And yeah, Ukraine doesn't close the semi. By the way,
I wish they would close the semi.
They was
the
meant
last
to do it
10
last year.
seconds of the song in Ukraine is just like it will be cut the show like sharp, right? Boom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
It should close the semifinal, no doubt. But
What is
someone
it?
needs to make the build up for Malta, right?
Yeah, that's right. So do you think that there is a country that its chances was increased by running order? And same question for country that was decreased by the running order.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
chances
no
of
doubt
qualifying.
Israel got a really good spot. And I really think that Ukraine got a really good spot, really for their favor. And I think the one that got hurt the most is Sweden and Slovenia.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sadly, Slovenia.
I think that the most hurted country is Slovenia. Croatia as well, because if they were after Israel, I would say, yeah, it's good for them. But I think, of course, no offense, but I don't know, I think we'll cancel Albania in a specific way. Good spots got, I think, Lithuania, no doubt, Malta, and maybe Australia as well. And Israel, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the second semifinal. The running order of second semifinal is, we'll open the show is San Marino, and then we've got Estonia, Czech Republic, Greece, Austria, Poland, Moldova, Iceland, and Serbia. While the second half is Georgia, Albania, Portugal, Bulgaria, Finland, Latvia, Switzerland, and closing the show is Denmark. So I want to start right from the end. Actually, my biggest surprise of the running order this year was Denmark closing the show. The song isn't bad, of course, but it's not the typical closer of the show. I would put there Latvia or Finland.
Or even Switzerland.
Switzerland, I think it's a good spot, second to last. But closer the show, Denmark, I don't know. I mean, it's a good song, but it's not for everyone taste, right? It looked like someone want to help Denmark to qualify. That's my thought, actually.
They can try.
Yeah, they can try. Karens, what do you think about Denmark closing the show?
I think they want to end with a bang and more like on positive note, not just like on 2 years like Switzerland. So I see why they put it Denmark as a last in a running order. But yeah, I really don't want to see Latvia, aka
I one got 9
2017.
from 2017, right?
Yeah. And I don't want Bulgaria to be last as well. So I see why they put Denmark as a last, because in that second half is like ballad mostly.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, let's not forget that Then Heat opens the semifinal. I think she got the dreamy spot. I mean, the best you could ever ask, because the song it's actually a party song, very uplifting, right?
Yeah.
Agree, not agree? And let's talk about the poor one, or the non-lucky one actually, Ukusuviste, which 2 years in a row. I mean, yeah, of course, last year was cancelled, and yet got the second spot. It looks like a statement, guys. I don't know what about you.
That's always a spot that
no one won't be entered. That's
it's
right.
not that no one wants to be. It's like a very difficult spot because it's right after the show is opening and the expectation is like on the apex, and you really need a very, very good song, sharp performance, and that's in Uku's particular case. He's not really always on tone, and it's very hard for him because he struggled there, even though the song is really good and the staging is perfect. And he needs to shine more. I hope he will make it, because for him, like being on the second spot is really bad. Yeah. But let's move on the third position, even though we go from the ballad to a really, really, really uplifting, very like poppy song from the Czech Republic. I think, like, for me, it's the most upsetting position, having Czech Republic in the third position, because it's too early in the show, and
people will still remember San Marino. That's the difficulty.
I hope I'm mistaken, but I hope it won't affect him, especially when right after is Greece. That will no doubt bring something really, really nice on stage this year. So my heart is with Czech Republic.
Actually, I agree with you. Czech Republic isn't one of my favorites, but that spot is not really bad, but no less bad than the second spot, because it will be killed, I think, by Greece. Greece, as the rumors tell, will bring something very different, very unique to stage. And Stephania, she knows how to perform live, no doubt. We've seen it last year, I think. And
sometimes these statements something different disappoints me, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, different can be dangerous. That's right. But if you tell the story statistics wisely, the first slot is, the worst ever. Even sometimes worse than the second one. So being third, and I mentioned here Russia as well from the first semifinal, isn't that good. So let's recall it. Another one that got hurt, I think, it's a matter of opinion, of course, is Austria. Because being after Greece, if Greece really managed to bring that big thing they promised us, would be dangerous. And, it's a ballad, totally different from Greece. So from one side, it's amen, yeah. It's really different from Greece. But I don't know, because being 5, if you're not really doing well vocally or stage-wisely, you can be forgotten. You can be forgotten.
Yeah. I think in that case, I disagree with you, because I think after such a poppy song like Greece, and then comes that,
the calming ballad.
Perfect. Austria is like very underrated this year.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very good song. And I don't know. I think that, coming from this generic pop song to something very, very deep and emotional, and we can't ignore it. But there will be something there. I don't know. Something there is going to be on stage. I think Austria will surprise us this year, because I have a feeling that on stage we will see something different than what we heard on the studio version. I don't know. I just feel it's like too underrated right now, and we will all be surprised. That's
Actually, I agree, because I didn't like Austria to begin with, but now it grows on me. It isn't one of my favorites, of course, but yeah, it's a good song. Just, I don't know, it may be considered as a little bit dated, but yet it doesn't say it isn't good. But I've got another thing to say. Look at semifinal 2, a lot of 80s songs, right? And look at Poland that came after San Marino. No, not directly, but still after Czech Republic, which is upbeat, after Greece, which is totally 80s dancey. I'm not sure that Poland would have the room to succeed in that way.
They won't.
Because they won't, right? I actually will remark it as one of the non-qualifiers already. I don't like to do it, but that's my feeling. Yeah, I even think that Austria has got more chances to qualify, actually. Although everyone says, including me, of course, that Austria won't qualify, but they do have more chances than Poland. I don't know. Rafael is very nice, but I don't think he has.
He's a terrible singer.
That's the thing I just want to say. It isn't that best vocalist, and we have already seen it in the national final of 2017, if you remember. Yeah, Karis.
Yeah. What I want to say. Yeah. It's not a terrible singer. He's just all right, but it's too generic.
All right isn't enough, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's too generic. It's great. It's all right singer.
Just the song. It's not about how much can you take from that song. So the song is okay. It's not rememberable enough. It's a fine, nice song, And I think, by the way, if we go back to Austria, that will shine even more. That sometimes when you come with a perfect and you get more content inside that song, more than just some upbeats. Yeah. You just deliver a different message. That's right. That's why I think the running order in the case of Austria is really in their favorites, even though he's in the 5th position.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe.
Now I agree with you, although I didn't. But of course, we'll have to have good staging. Otherwise, I won't agree with you. But yeah, Poland, I think, got one of the worst slots in the semifinals. Sorry.
And to kill it for sure, coming Moldova right after, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's my next thing. Yeah. After we've got that long ride, have to eat some sugar, right? And actually, you know,
the song
next
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm not a fan either. But you know,
Wow.
if we consider it as fan favorites, there are 3 songs that can get a huge or massive support from the public: Moldova, Iceland, Serbia, one next to each other. And yeah, they may cancel each other, but look, all the 3 are just directly after Poland. So it looks to me that someone really don't want Poland to qualify this year.
Me.
The one, yeah, right. It looks like this. About Moldova, because the near started with, I'm not a big fan of the song, but let's not forget Philip Kirkorov, and you know, having his name under that song, I think it's already guaranteed that the staging will be something unforgettable.
Yeah.
They're gonna invest a lot of money.
We saw it in the video. We can understand like exactly where it's going.
The money will spent, and no doubt they will qualify. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm happy for her, because if it was 2020 and she go with that prison song, she will deserve to stay out of the final.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but I just want to say something about Natalia. She's very cute and all, but every time I watch her performing Sugar, even in the video clip, but general in the live performance we have already seen, right, in the Russian national final, for example, it really looks like she isn't comfortable with the song. I mean, it's totally not her personality. And I worry that she will, I don't know, that the vibe that we will get in the Eurovision itself, and it may hurt her, even though having, I don't know, the best staging ever. So yeah, she may qualify either way, but you know, there's a difference between qualify as a borderline and qualify as, you know, as one of the winners of the semifinal.
She won't be one of the winners, but you know, I think she will qualify and she deserves to qualify. My opinion.
Yeah, and right after, and how funny that right after that Poppy Pink song come the geek shows, right, from Iceland. We're moving from pink to green, I will call it, or turquoise. Yeah, Daddy got a really good slot, I think. Because he's between, or they actually, Gangamin as well, between the 2 very up-tempo songs, right, of that semifinal. So we'll definitely won't be forgotten.
The long geeky dude, as my dad calls him.
Yeah, that's a good name. And closing the half, the first half, of course, it's Serbia, which is totally different from Iceland, etc. And it's already a statement as well, you know, because closing that upbeat, I mean, not everything is upbeat, but the majority of the songs, it's like a statement that, yeah, this is one of the good upbeat songs of that semifinal, alongside San Marino, for example. So I think that there are some expectations from Serbia. I just pray that they will manage to bring us a good vocal performance.
Oh, I think they will. They'll surprise us.
It's very funny, the running order, because the first half is like really a lot of upbeats, and the second half is almost full with ballads.
Yeah, but
I'm
you know,
sure if they wouldn't have that half, you know, the
already allocated
first half or the second half already selected, yeah, before, the running order would look totally different. I'm sure they would mix it a little bit, but it is what it is, and we can see a lot of upbeats in the first and a lot of ballads in the second half, which really explains, by the way, the first point that we mentioned, that Denmark is closing. They wanted to close with something really upbeat.
Yeah.
And that's why Denmark is probably closing. Otherwise, it would, you know, close.
That's why I said like
ballads and ends with a ballad, so it will look very maintenance, like the same, and that's the reason why Denmark is
Yeah, I agree with all, but I do have a criticism. You know about what?
Mhm.
Let's discuss the second half. I mean, why having, and they do have another choices. I'm sorry, I'm not accepting it. Why having 3 ballads in a row? It's not a good decision. I'm sorry. Of course, I'm talking about Georgia and then Albania and then Portugal.
And then
Not a good.
Bulgaria.
And then
Which
yeah,
will
and then
be more
Bulgaria.
standout? That's a question. From Georgia, Albania, and Portugal. That's a question.
I think maybe Albania. I mean, look, Georgia is a really nice song, but Eurovision wisely, it isn't a song that's going to qualify. I'm sorry. I mean, it's more an arty song, a B-side song, even not a Eurovision song. Albania is a question if qualify or not because there's something ethnic, and Anshela is a really good performer. Right after we have Portugal, I think that maybe the three of us
Most
really like that
memorable
song.
one. Most memorable of those three.
Yeah, I think that the three of us, right, like the song. But in general, I don't see many fans of that songs. So I'm a little bit worried.
Parents
But
will like.
yeah, but the point is that Portugal comes just before Bulgaria, and Bulgaria is one of the certain qualifiers this semi, right? So I don't know, maybe Albania. But there is a scenario as well that those three, I mean, Albania, Portugal, and Georgia, none of them will qualify. There is a scenario like this. And I don't know, I would put maybe Finland or Latvia in the middle there to diverse. I mean, because semifinal one has that thing that upbeat, ballad, mid tempo, etc., etc. Here we don't have it. Of course, the location is very challenging, and yet there are some upbeat song in the second half of the semifinal too. Finland, Latvia.
I don't like Bulgaria is before Finland. It can hurt them.
Actually, it's quite acceptable. I really predicted it actually because those two are really so different one from each other, like black and white. I like them both, by the way. But I think that will cause every one of each one of them will be shine out more in that way. Nir, what about you?
I think it's not in Bulgaria's favor to be before Finland.
Yeah.
I think after so many ballads in a row, having a song like Finland will definitely shine up Finland more. And yeah.
I don't know. I think they'll pick among that five songs because having so different songs, one of each other. I mean, Bulgaria and Finland. I think it will kill the chances of all the first three. That's my feeling. Especially Georgia, Portugal, and Albania. Georgia, of course. And you know what I really don't like in that semifinal? Putting Latvia between Finland and Switzerland. Really bad decision because those three songs are the stronger. I mean, of that semifinal.
But it's the end of the show. I think they save the best for last, and like the end of the show, especially with so many. Because all those countries were selected for the second half of the second semifinal. So they build it that way. So the end of the show will look like a really good song, one of the after the other. And that's exactly what they did. So I really agree with this running order because it's like boom, 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 nail it after nail it after nail it. So it's really good.
I would organize it differently.
They're building up for Samantha to come and she will kill it on stage. And right after comes Switzerland, that all the fans is really, really looking forward, So, and just to close the show, we have Denmark.
Yeah, that's right. But one more thing that I want to mention here, I don't know if you have ever, seen it before, but isn't it funny that Switzerland got the 16th spot? Just like Duncan Lawrence back then, the same 16, won the semifinal, won the contest 2 years ago. So, and the songs, do have something in common.
Yeah.
Piano ballads sung by a man with fragile voice. So, I think that someone put here Switzerland in his mind as a winner of that semifinal, which can be really possible, right? If we're looking at the betting odds.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's sum up. Who's got the favor of the semifinal and who is being hurt, you think?
I think that in the semi, I personally think the most he got hurt is Greece.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Bulgaria.
Actually,
Definitely before Finland, they get most hurt.
I think the most
Yeah.
I think the most hurt is Poland actually, and Estonia, of course, because second slot isn't good either. Latvia half hurted. I mean, hurted, but not that hurted. But the biggest winners, not of the score, of course, of the running order, of course, Denmark, San Marino, and Finland. Yeah, because it's like a storm coming after 3 summer days, or the other way around. It will shine out. Yeah, Nir, what about you?
For me, heard the most is, of course, Bulgaria. No doubt about that. Yeah. Yeah. To be like the 4th ballad in a row, that's hard. And also Czech Republic, sadly.
Yeah, Czech as well. I agree.
Yeah. And definitely the winner, I think, is San Marino.
Yeah, one of the winners, no doubt. Opening the show is already something good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is what we thought about the running order. Share with us in the comments, what do you think about the running order? Who will qualify, who won't qualify? And don't forget to like our video, subscribe, and follow us on escbeat.com. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Open up, run it down.